Hey, I'm Whit. Great to have you here. And inside this box is an Addiesdive watch, which you can now get on Amazon. And of course, that means you get some quick shipping, right? This is the AD2059, that sand dial, but in blue color. Let's rip it up. The reveal in plastic. All right, you got your warranty card, instruction manual, and it looks like pin adjustment tool, or at least a micro adjust. Oh, wow, that's sharp. Let me get this wrap off. Hey, there we go. Look at that. Nice and shiny. Man, look at the way those indices and the handset reflect off that light. This is kind of a dress or sport watch. You can see that there is obviously no loom plots from what we can see here. And the Addiesdive logo takes on a new direction for this watch as well. Again, to kind of maybe dress it up a little bit. But I'll tell you, first impressions are that it looks like it's pretty well put together. High polish on the sides here, a brush on the top, and a polished bezel as well, fixed. And it seems to be pretty small. So they listed this as a 39 millimeter. Let me go ahead and measure right now. Yeah, so I'm showing 38.8 millimeters, not including the crown. 48 millimeter lug to lug, but check this out. So you can see here it's female end links, but the end link doesn't even go all the way out to the end of the lugs there. I'm showing 46.6 millimeters, so yeah, a little bit smaller, if you will. 20 millimeter lug width and a thickness of 13.3 millimeters. That seems to be a little tall for what this is, but it does appear to have a crystal that is taller than the bezel you see there. It's got a little bit of heft too. They say it weighs 145 grams, and what I'll notice is this clasp feels like it's a little overweighted for the watch head. Maybe not. I'll kind of give you an idea of that when I try it on later. But yeah, this might be overkill. You probably could have gone, well, the clasp looks pretty dainty though. Bracelet tapers down to 16 and the clasp itself is 18. So that's actually a pretty small clasp. But it just feels like the body of it, like it feels kind of weighty when I just hold the watch head. So we'll check it out in a bit. But this is 316L stainless steel for the watch head and the bracelet. It's a sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. It's got just a slight dome to it, probably single dome, as you see a bit of that distortion there. There's a screw down crown and it looks to be kind of small, 5.4 millimeters, not too bad. Fits the look of the overall watch pretty well. And this is running the NH35 from Seiko. So you've got hacking and hand winding, automatic as well. It's got a 41-hour power reserve, beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour, 24 joules. Stated accuracy of about minus 20 to plus 40 seconds per day. And of course, you've got that quick set date as well. And after just one pass through, fully wound, one position dial up, you see this one's making somebody proud, 0 seconds per day. Spot on, coming on with an amplitude of 300 degrees and a little bit of a beat air, not too uncommon for this movement, 0.3 milliseconds right out of the box. Nice frame date window to kind of dress up this dial. That looks really good. So this is the sand dial. You can see that texture and it's pretty subtle. I mean, I think you notice it more in that lighter color, the tan, or even the white dial. It's the other two colors that are available with this. But there you go. You can see those ripples on the dial. So it looks like it's a little less prominent here with this blue dial, but I like it. Let's flip over to the backside now via the bracelet, and it's got a little bit of air between the links there. You can see some space, so you got a little jingle jangle. And back to talking about the clasp, you see the Addiesdive logo and signature on the brush top side with a polished chamfer and 5 micro adjusts. No safety latch, double push button release, fully milled clasp, push pins for sizing your bracelet, and here's that case back. I saved a sticker for you.
Peel time.
And you've got a solid case back with embossed logo and information. Addiesdive, all stainless steel, automatic movement, NH35, divers 100 meter, and screw down, and as we mentioned just now, 100 meters of water resistance. One more look at that dial to see those beautiful indices and handset, and then again that print of Addiesdive with a script font and automatic 100 meters. That's all you get on the dial. So again, at certain angles, you can see that kind of the wave pattern of the sand dunes or what have you. But then at certain angles, you don't get anything at all. It just looks flat. So I think it's pretty cool. It's a nice, subtle look. I feel like I'm seeing less of it here on video than in person as far as that texture goes. But it really does depend on the angle that you see it and the light that's hitting it, whether on video or in person. Oh, and I did notice earlier when we were talking about the crown that it is signed with that Addiesdive logo. That's pretty cool. Well, I'll show it to you on my wrist now, but first today I am wearing the Aviate Hawker Typhoon Conningham chronograph. This is just a great looking dial. I mean, they've got that aviation theme down, huh? Oh, and you can't see it as well right now because that minute hand's in the way, but look at that 1/10 of a second here at the 12 o'clock spot. Okay, apologize if it looks a little small on me. Remember, I've got an 8-inch wrist, so this is a little bit below the size of watches I like to wear, though I do think I can get away with it. It looks pretty good, especially with that Jubilee bracelet. I feel like that's not really super small. It's funny because it really looks small to me in person. I mean, I can tell right away that's not a 40 millimeter dial, that's for sure. But we are talking about 39, so what's 1 millimeter among friends, huh? If you do have an 8-inch wrist or larger, there is room. Looking here, like I would probably take out one link and then use some of the micro adjust to tune it in. Love that blue though, huh? That looks sharp. But as I mentioned, if you're not into the blue, it comes in a sand colored dial, or tan if you will, and a white dial. So the two of those, you know, like a sandy beach or a white sand beach. This is a blue sand dial. I don't know where there's blue sand, but I don't care. I love this blue. So I mentioned in the opening that Addiesdive has an Amazon store in the US. So you can find these on Amazon for $129.99. Now they have a $15 off coupon, and for a short window, you can use my code in the description for an additional 10% off. That brings you down to $102 to buy this on Amazon with quick shipping. So if you don't want to go the usual route that you would pick up some of these brand of watches, this is a great alternative for you right on Amazon. Hey, if you got time to check out some more videos, why not start with this one? I'll catch you over there. I'm Whit with so many watches, so little time and money.